And welcome to the World of Cricket channel live stream. I'm your host, Troy Thompson, and today we are live streaming the fourth between India and Australia, the Border Gavaskar Trophy, live from the iconic Melbourne Cricket Ground. Series tied at 1 apiece, going into the fourth test here today. Absolutely crucial match today, kicking off for the fourth test between Australia and India. And the news coming out of the ground is that Pat Cummins has won the toss for Australia and has elected to bat first. Rohit Sharma called, I believe, and it was tails. Australia winning the toss. Pat Cummins going with batting first, which is the smart move. Batting first in good conditions here in Australia. Conditions in Melbourne at the moment are predicted to be 39, 40 degrees. Looks like there's a little bit of overcast conditions there at the moment. Mark Ward just speaking before on the live cast on Foxtel, here live in Australia. Shout out to Foxtel. That it was actually not quite warming up to be that 39 degrees at the moment, and there was a slight breeze coming in from one end over the bowlers, I think coming over from the southern end. So there is going to be some movement and some assistance there for the bowlers, for the Indian bowlers, Jasprit Bumrah, Raj et al. To work with this morning. So two changes. Australia's 468th baggy green debutante, debuting today at 19 years of age. Sam Constas into the side to open the bat. Will be walking out to open up the batting in approximately 5 to 10 minutes time here with Usman Khawaja. Scott Boland in the MCG wrecker from a couple of years ago against England here at the MCG in the Ashes will be taking his spot for the injured Josh Hazlewood. For India, just the one change. Washington has come into the team. I'm not sure who for at this stage. Just looking for the team list to be put up on the screen here. At the toss, Ravi Shastri speaking to the Indian captain Rohit Sharma, asking whether Rohit would be batting at the top of the order during this test, and Rohit confirmed he would be batting at the top of the order for India in the fourth test here. Whether that means he will be opening or batting at number 3, not quite sure at this stage. So Australia winning the toss, favourable conditions today to bat through. Will be a tough hour or two here early on, I'd say, against Bumrah, of course, the best bowler in the world at the moment in all formats, I would believe. A very, very tough bowler under any conditions. And here today with some overcast, handy conditions here for India to bowl in this first session. It's going to be a very tough initiation for one debutant, Sam Constas. So live at the MCG now, crowd building up. Predicted to be sold out today in the vicinity of 88 to 92,000, approximately 90,000 predicted to be sold out today, and also tomorrow, I believe, as well. Problem is looking ahead at the forecast, the weather forecast there in the CBD, just out of the CBD there at Melbourne over the next few days. Is the next 2 days there is a lot of showers to be predicted for 4 or 5 hours at least on both days. Cricket of day 2 and day 3 tomorrow, the test. So again, very dicey conditions down under for this series. And will we get another drawn test match here at the MCG? It'd be very, very disappointing if that was the case, that the test dwindled out to a draw due to weather. But we will see. The weather can be a little bit unpredictable in Melbourne, and hopefully the weather predictions are wrong for the next 2 days, and we'll have 5 full days of play, and we should get a result. Just right now, going through the end of the national anthems, India's national anthem first, and the Australian national anthem just being completed there. picturesque day at the MCG, even though very, very grey, light grey cloud coverage and a slight breeze there, but beautiful playing outfield as per usual at the MCG. The curators there, we have to say, have done a great job as per usual. And the crowd building up right now. There looks to be very close to a full house here for the first ball, which is slated for 10:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time here on the East Coast. Melbourne down there on the East Coast. Same time zone as here in Sydney. Game about to get underway. I'm sure Bumrah take the opening over, and it looks like Constas and Uzi are just about to make their way out. And the question is, will Sam Constas take the first ball? The crowd absolutely bursting at the seam, making a lot of noise right now. Just listening to ABC radio feed. Shout out to the ABC radio, who has been broadcasting Australian cricket now for, well, I think right back to the 1950s. And so shout out to ABC radio at the moment. Nearly a full house there at the MCG. Looks beautiful. About 80,000 in at the moment, I'd say. Constas makes his way out on his debut, with Uzi just following out there. Big, loud round of applause there for the veteran and the debutant. Well, isn't this a contrast? Australian cricketer number 4, Test cricketer number 468. Absolute gun of Australian cricket. 19 years of age, the 4th youngest player, as we're just looking at the graphic there, the 4th in the history of Australian Test cricket, the 4th youngest player to ever debut for Australia, which is really quite historic. So here they are, Khawaja and Constas to take the first over here from Jasper Bumrah, who's going to take strike here. So first class career for Sam Constas. He's only played 12 first class matches at the ripe old age of 19. And at the other end, Usman, glorious career, averaging 44 in his 78th test match at the age of 38. So double the age of his young debutant partner, Sam Constas, at the other end. Want to say hello to all our guests from overseas and Australia, everyone from India, everyone in Australia, hello. Thank you for joining the live stream today. Everyone, if you could subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, like, some comments down there. Any questions as we're going along today during the live stream would be fantastic. Try and reply to everyone if I can. Bumrah just about to take the ball here, and yes, Sam Constas about to take the first ball. Sam Constas, absolute genius, young junior cricketer, born in Sydney's south at Hurstville, where I actually went to school at, and played for the great St George District Cricket Association as a junior, all the way coming up as a young gun and as a captain, and he's now with the Sutherland Shire District Cricket Association. Here comes Bumrah, ball one to Constas. And a nice quick full ball there. A little bit of movement in the air, looking to get Constas to be playing well left. First ball there from Bumrah. So yeah, Sam Constas, absolute gun of Australian cricket, actually mentored, brought over from the St George Cricket District Association to the Sutherland District Cricket Association by ex-Australian great all-rounder Shane Watson. Watson is Constas's mentor there, and here we go, Bumrah, second ball to Constas. And a lovely delivery from Bumrah there, right up on a good length, just outside off stump and leaving Constas. Constas playing and missing. Seam up, lovely delivery from Bumrah. Just missing the edge by about 2 or 3 inches there. Tough initiation here for young debutant Sam Constas. So the nerves for the young man at the moment, 85,000 in. Is Bumrah coming in for his third delivery of the over. And again, full and wide-ish, looking for Constance to drive, but well left. So yeah, that breeze that Mark Waugh was talking about earlier on the Foxtel broadcast on the pre-game, there is a breeze coming over Bumrah's right arm moment. So Bumrah usually getting through at around 138 to 140 k's an hour. Should be pushing that 140k speed barrier with the slight breeze just coming over his shoulder. Looks like left to right, helping the in swinger, which is perfect for Bumrah. So here comes Bumrah again. And another fuller, beautiful delivery. Quite a bit of bounce there going through to keeper Rishabh Pant and beating Constance again for dot ball. So Australia not off the mark yet with Constance. Well, he's getting tested here by the world's best fast bowler. Just again missing the edge by about an inch or two and cutting away off the pitch. He gets that movement in and then the ball seams away like a leg cutter. And again, here comes Bumrah, fifth ball into Constance. And another great ball, just a little bit short of a length. Kept a bit lower that time off the pitch. But again, moving away off the seam, off the pitch. Definite movement off the pitch here and beating Constance again. So the young debutant really finding it tough here. A bit of a, well, nice straight seam, but hitting the pitch, scrambling and leg cutting away. 5 dot balls, 3 balls has beaten the young gun from Australian cricket at the moment. Australia, none for none. Was Jasper Bumrah about to come in for the last ball of the over. And this time, ball coming back in over the top of middle and off, beating Constance again. So that's the end of the over. And a maiden over from the great Jasprit Bumrah, Australia. None for none after the first over. Well, interesting test there for the young gun of Australian batting. Sam Constance beaten 4 times there in the first over. Well left on a couple of deliveries, but yeah, real tough initiation here for the debutante. But the nerves will be out of the way. He's got through that first over, and it could only get easier from here, I would say. Let's just see if there's any comments there below. Nothing there at the moment, guys. That's fine. Good to see everyone enjoying their Boxing Day around the world. Everyone had a great day yesterday on Christmas Day. And here comes Siraj, I believe, opening at the other end to Khawaja. What we got here? Just make sure that that's closed. We don't want green screen. Steve Tabone, thanks for the comment, brother. Gotta love Boxing Day Test match. Day 1, absolutely, bro, absolutely. It's fantastic. It's great stuff. Really, really good. So yeah, real strong there that coming over the shoulder for Bumrah. And Siraj, second delivery now to Uzi, and he's coming into the wing by the looks of it, and well, beats Uzi, all ends up there. And we've got a green screen on it. Don't know green screen on it. Let's get rid of that. How do we get rid of that? Does anyone know? I have no idea. Retouch on, retouch off. Why have I got green screen? Does anyone know? Close that one. Why is there green screen? What's happened here? Close that one. Don't need green screen. That's fantastic. Let's have a look here, guys. Sorry, technical issues here. Green screen. like I've got it here, guys. I think. Let's just have a quick. Okay, sorry about that technical issue, guys. Well, I haven't got my microphone plugged in here. We'll just plug that in. Okay, so everything should be good to go. The volume, how's the volume there, guys? Should be a little bit better now. Anyway, so second over, Australia still not off the mark here. Sorry about that technical issue. Uzman Khawaja faced a few balls here, and Siraj looking good early on. The fiery young fast bowler from India. And that's wide of, well wide of the off stump there, well left by it was, and that's 2 maiden overs to start. Australia after the second over, none for none. So yeah, season's greetings to everybody. Hope everyone enjoyed their Christmas Day, their festive time, 25th of December around the world yesterday. Boxing Day, traditional Boxing Day test match here in Melbourne has been the same for many, many, many years in Australian cricket. The big day of Australian cricket, basically Boxing Day. And here we are, Sam Constas about to face up for the third over against an absolute brilliant bowler in Jasprit. Coming in, Bumrah, first ball, third over. And Bumrah getting good bounce there. A bit wide of the off stump and quite a bit of movement off the pitch again and just tailing away. Caught quite wide out in front of first slip there by Richard Pant. And so Constas, 19 years of age, 85 days. Fourth youngest test debutant in Australian cricket history. Really under the pump here. Bumrah coming in again now. Second ball over. Constas studying, very steady. And Constas gets one under the legs and he works around the corner. Just backward of square. Off the mark. Young man off the mark on his test debut. So Australia, no wicket for two runs for Sam Constas, and a huge roar from the MCG crowd as the young man makes his first ever test runs, with ball just darting back in towards the pads, a little bit towards leg side, a little bit short there. 2 runs, Constas off the mark. Here comes Bumrah again. Nice straight one, nice forward defence. Looking quite strong with a loud call of no there. So looking a little bit more confident now. There's a murmur around the MCG. Could we be seeing the birth of another Australian test batting great? Early in his career, early in his second over. Let's see how he goes. Bumrah coming in again. The third delivery of the third over. Here comes Bumrah. Well left there, nice delivery, good line and length. And Bumrah just having a little bit of something to say with a wry smile on his face. He knows he's testing the young fella there, and a nod of the head back from Constas. No chirp from Constas, but just the nod of the head back to say well bowled. So a real tough test here for Sam Constas, the young Australian gun. Bumrah coming in now. Let's get the ball up and make Constas play here. And well, Constas goes for a reverse ramp. What do they call it these days? A ramp sweep, a reverse sweep, a ramp over the top of the Joe Root ramp, as they call it these days, over the slip sand. Missed it quite easily, and not that far away from the stumps or the edge, and taken by Pant there. Well, there was talk that he was practicing that shot in the nets by all accounts, listening to some radio journalism over the last few days. He has been practicing that shot in the nets against the Australian bowlers over the last day or two. And that's the last ball the over there. Bumrah comes in and actually beats Constas nicely on that last delivery. Just playing outside off again. A very good line and length from Jasprit Bumrah, the Indian legend, Australia, after 3 overs, none for 2. No wicket for 2. Sorry to some of the cricket fans around the world that explain the cricket score in an opposite way. Here in Australia, we've always said the wickets first, run second. I know in England it's different. Might be 200 for none, 200 for 2. So in this case, around the world, it would be 2 for none. But it's actually, I think the best way to say is no wicket for 2 runs. So that's the score, none for 2 after 3 overs. Off to a slow start here, and here comes Siraj, second over to Uzi. In the bowl, these ones quite wide and full, Siraj. I think they've got a plan here against Usman Khawaja to get him driving, get him playing through the covers early on, to get him to nick off. And Usman not taking the bait at this stage. I'm just seeing the replay at the end of the third over there of the Indian slips. Kohli and Pant, the boys running past Constas. Big smile and laugh on Kohli's face there as he's going past Constas, letting him just letting him know he's in for a tough time here. And Siraj has come in and he's hit Usman. They've all gone up for LBW. I believe this one may be pitching in line, but looks like it could be just straightening a bit. Going down leg side, maybe over the top. Team having a big call, a big chat here. And Rohit calls for third umpire for a review here. I think Jadeja's just saying to Virat and Rohit at the moment, it does look like it might be just down leg side here. Let's have a look at the replays. First, we're going to have to see if it's a legal delivery, if there's any overstepping of the line by Mohammad Siraj, and then is it pitching in line? Is it hitting the stumps? Is it going on line? Is it hitting in line? Is it going on the stump? So let's look at DRS here. Well, it looks pretty straight to me. Quite high. He's batting a little bit out of his pitch here, Usman. As I'm looking now, he is at least a foot or more out of his stumps. It's hitting quite high up above the knee roll. He's way out of his stumps. I can't see how, unless this is, DRS can see this is staying low and flattening out. This may hit the top of off and middle and off, but I can't see how. Saying missing, that's right. Going up over the off stump, actually. So I was a little bit wrong in the read there. I think it would have been over the leg, but it was just, looks like it's a couple of inches over off stump, and the umpire has called no wicket there. So review down early for India. Could that be costly for the Indians? I think it was just a very a stupid review, really. Early on, they're looking for a wicket. They want to make a wicket early on, get into the Aussie batsman. 1 for 2 would be great at this stage, but even from a naked eye, Usman Khawaja batting at least a metre out of his crease, hitting high on the knee roll, was never going to be out, even though he's not getting as much bounce as he's more of a skidding bowler, Mohammad Siraj, as opposed to Jasprit Bumrah, who gets a higher release and gets more bounce off the pitch. So pitching in line, pitching middle and leg, was sort of, missing the wicket. Impact was in line, missing by, well, only saying an inch or 2 over middle and off. I think it's a little bit, probably not quite as close as what DRS would suggest there. But anyway, Usman has got away with that one, but I wouldn't say he's got away with it, but he's definitely got a reprieve there. And India have used up one of their DRS today so far. So let's hope they don't have too many more close LBW calls that may come back to haunt the Indian team and Captain Rohit Sharma. So just a shout out to all my ex-Cronulla Seagull teammates and Greenacre Pigs, just repping Greenacre Pigs 99 polo here, and the 2015-16 premiership winning Cronulla Seagulls cap, led by yours truly. So shout out to all my ex-old cricket teammates from Greenacre. Steve Tabone, know you're out there for the live stream today. Thanks for joining me, mate, and thanks for the comments. Great support. Thanks to all of my close Indian teammates from the Seagulls days there. Well, nearly going back 10 years now. All the Indian lads in the team. I'm sure they'll be tuned into cricket today, hoping their team can make some inroads and win this second test and get on top against the Aussies in this series. And Uzi playing one down, off, glancing down to fine leg there for 4. So Australia up to none for 6. And Suraj plays out a good delivery there. Uzi just blocking the last ball. So Australia after 4 overs, none for 6. So all of my old friends there from cricket, shout out if anyone's watching and you're not subscribed to the World of Cricket channel, please subscribe down below. Go to the channel and subscribe, like below, comments, ask any questions about the day's play. More than happy to have a chat here. And here comes Boomer again, over number 5, Constas on strike again. Here he goes. So Boomer again, just that outside off line, fairly full, trying to get Constas to drive there. And good bounce through again to Pant, really taking up off the pitch there, Bumrah. Just, yeah, Pant really taking those ones right up around chest and head height. They're just taking off, but Sam Constas being very concentrated, very steady here and just letting those ones go. So Australia none for 6 into the 5th over here. Bumrah coming in again with the second ball of the 5th over. Here comes Bumrah. Ooh, squares him up a little. Nice delivery right on the top of off stump there. Defender just out to point short cover there, so no run, but a good delivery. Well played. It did turn him around a little bit there, straighten him up a little bit, looking for that outside edge. And as the camera there zooms in on Washington, the man coming into the Indian squad today. So full bowling attack for the Indians to try and get this 4th test win under the belt and go up 2-1. Here comes Boomer again. And a full of wide one. And, well, looking for a ramp, the Joe Root ramp over the slips again, but played and missed. That one was quite wide. I don't think it would have just been better to play the traditional cut shot at that one. That probably would have went for 4 if he just played a traditional shot there. So, well, unusual. Yeah, that was nearly a perfect ball to play. Back late cut, that could have been a 4 there all day. And the Indian slips caught again, having a good old chuckle. Rohit, Virat and Pant all having a good laugh. 3 slips and a gully in for Bumrah coming in again. Another full one, this one cutting right back though. That one pitched just outside off and cut right back over the leg stump, and Pant taking it good metre or 2 down leg side there. So Bumrah showing his guile, movement off the pitch, but that one just a little bit, just got his radar a little bit wrong there. I think he's just looking to get a little bit fuller, a bit wider with that one. That one would have been a very tough ball to play on off stump coming back in. Anyway, it's the 5th ball, the over, straight off the 6. Bumrah in again over the wicket to Constas, and just lets it go outside off stump again. Just that sort of Glenn McGrath line there, just maybe 3 stumps across to the right. Well pitched up in that driving zone there. Well left though from Constas, so he's warming his way into it. Constas still only on 2 runs. Now having faced into his 3rd over, so now I believe he's on his 18th. Yeah, he's facing his 18th delivery. So tough initiation here for the young debutant Sam Constas. Last ball the over, and a bit of a fuller ball darting back into the pads and stumps, and Constas looking to drive through the onside there, clipping it back onto his pads, and a bit of a murmur from behind the stumps there. The delivery, yeah, just darting that one back in, bit of a leg, a bit of off-cutting, really well was an in-swinger, nicely pitched up on middle of the leg, and played into the pads there. And that is the end of the over. India bowling very well early on after 5 overs. Australia, after 5 overs, no wicket for 6 runs. Well, tough initiation here for the young Constas. Let's see if Uzi can get some runs going and flowing from the other end to ease this pressure early from the Indian cricket side. A lot of pressure on the Australians here. Just looking at the crowd, still building up. Still around the maybe 75 to 80,000 at the moment. Still room for that last 10 or 15,000 in there as the day builds up. And Siraj coming with the first ball. Uzi just pulls away, backs away there. I'm not sure what the issue was there. I think one of the fielders was still, Sharma was still moving field, I believe, and Siraj was coming in. So Uzi just backing away there in the first delivery of the 6th over, and we will be set for that one again as Siraj comes in again for the first ball of the 6th over. Full and wide, just darting back in there, Siraj. So Usman not looking in any hurry at the moment, playing with all his guile and all his experience. 78 test worth of experience for the Australian test team. In and out of the team on a number of occasions over the years. So just looking to stick around and build a strong foundation here with Constas, and for the Australian team, in comes Siraj again. Nice delivery, pitched up there right on middle and off, and just defended away down to gully and point there to Jaiswal, I believe, at gully region. Well bowled from Siraj, working up some decent pace here. And just looking at Siraj Khawaja's figures in the 4 tests, going into the 4th test in this series, only averaging 12.6 with 63 runs at a best of 21. So really short of some runs here, Usman Khawaja, and he's in desperate need to get some runs in these next 2 tests. And Siraj puts that one in short, outside off, and Usman with a great pull shot through on the onside through mid-wicket, and they come back for the 3rd run. Big roar of approval from the MCG crowd. Australia moving along to none for 9. So textbook type of a little bit short. That one didn't get up as much as Usman was expecting, but lovely cover off the lovely pull shot through that onside mid-wicket region. Textbook type of Khawaja type of shot. Punches it through the onside there, and they come back for 3. So finally, the Australian batsman now switching ends and getting a chance to face the other bowlers. So this will be a test again. Constas facing his first ball to Siraj. And Siraj has wrapped him on the pads, and they went up for a bit of an appeal there and having a chat, and Rohit Sharma just signaling to Siraj down to the offside there, that's missing off. Just a quick appeal there, but then called back by Captain Rohit there. Let's have a look at the replay. Well bowled, pitching in line, yeah. A little bit high, and look, I think it's going over. It's not going over off, it's actually going over the leg side. So I think Rohit's got his sides wrong there. That's going over middle and leg. And again, very similar to Bumrah's delivery the over or 2 before, but not out. And Siraj comes in to Constas on the next ball, and well, Constas comes down the wicket a la 2020 type style and tries to punch Siraj back over his head, down over the long on boundary through to the keeper pan, and Siraj, well, he's Australian. He's not very happy with the Australian public right now. Public enemy number 1, some would say. And as he makes his follow through, a lot to say to Constas. Sure, speaking in English on this occasion, Siraj giving Constas an absolute gobful. And this time, Constance coming forward on the feet again, driving Siraj through the square leg region this time. Not getting all of it, but getting some of it and coming through for 3. So Constance fighting back. Siraj talks some strong words there with a bit of frustration, and Constance uses his bat to do the damage. Australia after 6 overs, now none for 12. Constance moves to 5 and Khawaja is on 7. Well, heating up here. Big roar there again for the from the MCG crowd. Huge crowd here, and looking a treat here at the MCG as per usual. And Australia now none for 12 after 6 overs. Constance back on strike now, who will be on strike to the great Bumrah to start his 4th over. Australia none for 12. Here comes Bumrah. And he ramps this time down leg side and goes over the top. 1 bounce for 4. Huge roar from the Australian Melbourne cricket crowd here. The Melbourne public cricketing crowd. He's actually ramped it down onto the leg side over. It was outside off stump. He's made his way outside off stump, ramped it over, and again got a faint touch with that pace over well over the top. Boom! It's like a pitching wedge down onto the green. 1 bounce into the fence, 4 runs. Constance trying to attack, and he looked for another one. He's just went for another. He's just ramped Bumrah for 6 on the second ball. 2 in a row. He's ramped him over. Slips this time outside off stump, reverse ramp. The Joe Root over the top. He's went for 6. Sam Constance 4-6. Well, he talked up a little bit in the press in the day or two before, saying he had a plan for Bumrah, and here is some of his plan. And he's just looking at the replay there. It's just went over the boundary by a couple of inches, and the umpire signalling 6. And that's 4 and 6 Australia, none for 22. Constance taking on the world's best bowler right here. This is great theatre. Here comes Bumrah. 3rd ball of his 4th over. Constance comes down the track again, looking to cover drive, and yeah, just playing and missing there, moving outside through to pant. Well, the guts on this young fella, 19 years of age, to come out and play like this against the world's greatest fast bowler. He's definitely got some big kahunas, as we say down under. Here comes Bumrah again, 4th delivery of the 7th over. Australia none for 22. Constance on strike again. Bumrah. Nice delivery. Well bowled in that McGrath area. Full and just moving away. Well played. But Constance looking much more confident now. He's got the pace of the pitch by the looks of it. Just letting that one go through. Well, absolute huge applause for Constance on the last couple of deliveries there when he hit the 4 and the 6. This MCG crowd really can sense something here. This young fella, 15 not out at the moment. Bumrah coming in for his 5th delivery. Constance goes again. And he's ramped Bumrah again for 6. Over the slips, over 3rd man for 6 into the crowd. 2 4s, 1 4, 2 6s, 1 4 and 2 6s in the over off the world's greatest bowler. He just ramps him over the top, outside off stump, easily got full of it there. It's having it the replay. Just a 4. No, it's bounced just into the soft padding there on the boundary rope. Soft boundary rope there with the Australian advertising down there, and that's gone for 4. So we've got 2 4s and 1 6 in the over. Just a 4 there. So still unbelievable attacking play from Sam Constance. 2 4s and a 6. in the over against the world's premier fast bowler. That's 4. So that's Australia now move to no wicket for 28. Last ball of the 7th over. Here comes Bumrah. What's he going to do here to Constas on this delivery? Nice delivery right on off stump. Drives confidently to mid-off. Hits it well fielded. And that's the over. A big round of applause for Constas from the Melbourne crowd and for this New South Wales blue bagger, as it were, but representing Australia here today. And great comeback from Constas after really being under the pump in those first few overs, playing and missing on a number of occasions to the world's premier fast bowler. Just takes him apart there for 14 runs in that over. He's played and missed a couple of ramps, but he's just hit his last 3, and I think he's been watching a lot of Joe Root, quite honestly, because that is a staple of Joe Root's test batting technique of late of the last year or two. And that's the over anyway, none for 26 after 7, and here comes Siraj again in the 8th over. Australia just starting to move along a little bit here with those 14 runs from the last over for Sam Constas off the great Bumrah. Constas moves along to 19 from 27. 1 day 50 over type scoring rate there. Australia not for 26 in the 8th over. Siraj coming in again to Khawaja. And pulls again through that same mid-wicket onside. This one should go for 4. Not a very fast outfield now, pulling up a little bit there just before. Yes, Washington's just pulled that back before the rope there, and they've got through for 3 again. So even though a very, very nice, picturesque outfield here today at the MCG, just a little bit slow underground there. Looks like maybe the ground staff have rolled the outfield with a higher roller, more millimetres of grass there. It's just a slightly slow outfield there. Not sure if they've had much rain the last couple of days in Melbourne with the weather. I didn't check that weather previously going into today's play, but yeah, just slightly slow outfield here. Very green, lush outfield. So you're going to have to run your 3s here. I think that's a third 3 that the Australian team have run today already. So here comes Siraj again. Here comes Siraj again. He's there. Yeah, so absolute unbelievable start for the Australians here. Let's just have a technical issue here on the... Having a few issues with the live stream on the TV here. So Australia none for 33 at the moment. Bumrah around the wicket now to Khawaja, leaving a ball wide outside off stump there. Australia none for 32 at none for 33 in the 9th over at this stage. So Australia just clicking along here nicely, and pushed along there by young Sam Constas, pushing the Australian score along there. So yeah, Australia looking okay at the moment. Bumrah around the wicket, getting one up a bit fuller, moving away. Khawaja playing, missing through to Rishabh Pant there. So well bowled from the Indian quick bowler there. Very, very good effort from Bumrah to get that ball up there. And it's where he needs just to be a tad short of a length, I believe, Bumrah, during the opening part of his spell here in the first session. So needs to get that ball up a little bit more to get the Australian players to be driving at that ball. Look for the nick outside off to the slips. 3 slips at the moment. Bumrah in around the wicket. Down leg side. Khawaja plays it down to leg and plays it down to fine leg, and that's gone for 4. Well played from Usman Khawaja. And that's the end of the over. In Australia, after 9 overs, none for 37. And the impetus for most of these runs coming from young Constas, but he's on 20 runs at the moment, 20 off 32, and Kawaja just picking up a few extra runs there with that boundary. He moves to 16 from 22. So both batsmen actually scoring at a decent click at the moment. So looking at the degrees out there in Melbourne. So the current crowd they've got in, 67,000 at the moment is in. So we are a good 20,000 short of sellout at the moment. 67,000 is in at the moment, which is great in the first 45 minutes of play here on day one. Is predicted for a sellout. Again, should be 85 to 90,000 at some stage later on, maybe in the second and third session as people still make their way into the ground from around the Melbourne area. 85 predicted and 67,000 in at the moment. So Australia, steady at the moment here. I'd just like to thank everyone for joining the World of Cricket channel today for the live stream here. Live from the Melbourne Cricket Ground, India versus Australia, tied at 1-1, the Test Series. And here we are on day one, live from session one, the first morning session, with the first ball was bowled just after 10:30 a.m. this morning. Again, thank you to all my friends and subscribers and followers out there for joining the live stream today. Much appreciated. If you haven't subscribed to the World of Cricket channel, please click on the World of Cricket channel logo and subscribe to the channel. Please like the live stream. I think we have 39 videos up there, cricket related videos on the channel at the moment. Please go ahead and watch them all, like them, comment, subscribe. I always reply to everybody's comments. Never leave a comment unreplied to. So thanks again, everyone, for supporting the World of Cricket channel. And let's get back to the MCG, because it's having a quick drinks break out there at the moment, and I will have a quick drinks break myself here early on day one. And it's quite humid out there at the MCG, and quite humid and warm here in good old Sydney town here again today as well, just pushing the 30 degrees on the thermometer here today as well in Sydney. So quite warm along the eastern seaboard today. And coming into the 10th over now, Siraj making his way into Constas. Nice delivery, bowled nice and full straight on middle and off, well defended. No gap there between bat and pad at all. Beautiful straight defence from young Sam Constas, straight back down the pitch to Siraj. It's very solid now. Quite confident after those 3 or 4 ramps that he got down to the boundary. I think his confidence is starting to ramp up, starting to get more confident as each ball he faces. And he plays on the front foot there to Siraj, hits through the onside, through the cover region, off the front foot, back for 2 runs. They didn't quite time that one perfectly, but back for 2 runs there. So Australia moving along now to none for 39. So look at that. I want to get on the replay from Stump Cam. Thanks again. Shout out to Foxtel Australia for the vision. Yeah, just middle and off, bit short there, and Constas just makes his way down the pitch and bats that one through on the onside, through the vacant cover region for 2 runs there. So Constas now moves along to 22. Australia, none for 39 in the 10th over. So good run rate here. Here comes Siraj again. And that one cuts back through. Constas tries to play a straight defensive jab. A bit late, and yeah, cut straight through him there. there was the gap I was talking about that I think some of the Indian commentators, I believe Ravi Shastri, also pointed out in the media in the last day or two, that he thought that he saw slight weakness in Constance's technique with the ball coming back in. And I think that's the one he was talking about. Big gap between the bat and the pad, and he played all over that one. Missing that one go through down to the leg side to Pant there. So here comes Siraj again. And, well, he dances down the crease again. Constance drives straight back at Siraj. Beautiful delivery. Drives straight back and hits Siraj. And Siraj again walks forward and has a lot to say. Well, let's look at the replay. Nice full delivery. Constance drove back. Straight back at Siraj, and Siraj nodding their head saying something along the lines of, "You're really not that good, mate." I hope he's not saying benchod or something like that. Letting a few Indian expletives go. Probably something along the lines of, "Listen here, benchod, you're shit, you're nothing, benchod." We'll leave it there, but here comes fired up Siraj again. And makes his way to the onside. Constance on the back foot. Cuts that one through the onside, goes for 4. Every time the Indian bowler has something to say, he comes out the next ball, Constance, and says, "Well, I will talk with my bat." Just backs away again, a very one-day type shot, backs away a little bit to the onside. Beautiful cut shot through the vacant gully region and just swats it to the boundary. 4 runs for Constance. That's a lovely shot. Very confident. A lot of chirp from Siraj, but not too much chirp that time from Mohammad Siraj. Here's Constance moving to 26. And a short one this time. He's pulled a short one out to the leg side there and just, he hasn't timed it well, but it's fallen short of a deep square leg there, deep mid-wicket, just the 1 run. Well, Virat Kohli's just absolutely shouldered straight into Sam Constance here. Oh, there's going to be some issue here right now. Constance and Virat Kohli at the end of the over here have come into full contact with each other. This is going to blow up. This is going to be huge. I believe, I don't know I've only seen the end of that there. I don't know if Virat and both Sam weren't looking, they both walked straight into each other's way. Well, come on, Virat Kohli. He went straight in. Now, that will be the end of Virat Kohli, I believe. Virat will get a week for that. If not, he won't be playing at the SCG. If the ICC don't do something about this, Constance is walking straight down. Well, they both walked into each other's way a little bit, but Kohli's walked about a metre out of his way to the right to intentionally just walked up and shoulder charged Constance, the Australian debutant. This is absolutely disgusting from Virat Kohli. Absolutely disgusting behaviour from Virat Kohli. And I believe he should be fined after today's play. The third umpire will be looking, the match referee and the third umpire should be looking into this right now. Unbelievable scenes here at the MCG. Australia none for 44 in the 10th over. Bumrah coming in. I'm absolutely livid. Virat Kohli, the bully of Indian cricket, a complete bully. That's all he is, a bully. Scored 105 years, is a bully in world cricket, has come up and shoulder charged a 19-year-old debutant. Now, this man should be banned from cricket for the SCG at the very least. If he's playing for Australia, for India in the next test of the SCG, I'll give it away. Unbelievable scenes here at the MCG. First ball from Bumrah to Constance in the 11th over. Constance has come down and driven the world's best bowler straight back down the ground, through long on for 4. Constance, every time the Indians attacking me, either verbally and now physically, he's taken them on. Unbelievable scenes here at the MCG. It's like Bodyline all over again, but without the bowling. Virat Kohli is going to have a lot to answer for with the match referee, I believe, at lunchtime and at the end of day's play. There'll be a fine and a suspension coming for King Kohli. Disgusting behaviour from the ex-Indian captain. And this is going to create all sorts of furor going into the SCG test and the remaining days of the test here. Siraj mouthing off non-stop to the young debutant. Now, Virat Kohli, unbelievably, this is a gentleman's game. Where is the spirit of cricket? Has come in and shoulder charged. He's wavered out of his way. Watching the replay, he's walked 1.5 meters from his left to his right, walking straight in to a shoulder of the young Constas. This guy should be banned from cricket. And here comes Constas over the top from Bumrah, straight down through mid-wicket, over the top, 4 runs. Constas putting Bumrah to the sword at the moment. Constas moves to 33 or 41. Is a great start. And yeah, Virat Kohli, you're looking now and you're a little bit quiet now, Virat. And the whole crowd booing you. And that's a 6. Hits over mid-wicket, long on that is, 6 runs. Constas straight over the top, taking control here against India. And that's 6. Australia moved to none for 56. And Sam Constas, 39 not out. 2 balls left in the 11th over. I'm fired up. Every Australian cricket fan should be fired up right now. Constas, 39 not out. Bumrah digs it out. Digs it out and it goes to third man for 4. Well, India, you can try to bully a young man. You can try to play the bully and then try to play the victim, but you're not going to get away with it this time, India. Bumrah, 4 more from this young Sam Constas, moves to 43, sticking it right up India at the moment. Full ball on middle and off. Constas squeezes it out past third man, races away to the boundary. Australia well on top here on day 1 at the MCG. And India should have their heads in disgrace at the moment. Virat Kohli, disgraceful behaviour from a very experienced cricketer, should be absolutely in disgrace and have his head hung low. Last ball the over. Constas smacks him over mid-on this time. Not collected again, but over the top of mid-off, should I say, and 2 more as Jadeja collects the ball, throws it back in. That's the end of the over. Australia, after 11 overs, none for 62. The crowd, and Constas just giving it this one to the crowd to tell the crowd to get behind him in Australia. Unbelievable scenes here. Young man on debut, tearing the Indian attack apart. 45 runs from 44 balls. And Australia, none for 62 after 11 overs. Well, what a day's cricket we're going to have. What a test match we've got started here. Unbelievable stuff. Constas just attacking the Indian bowlers here. And he's literally going to bat the world's best bowler out of the attack. Unbelievable scenes here at the SCG. Unbelievable scenes, really is. We've got a few comments here. What have we got? What was the comments? I can't read them, guys, sorry. Comments that we got here. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, yeah, Constas has faced this is the hardest bowling he's ever faced. He's only played state cricket in Australia A, so this is unbelievable bowling that he's facing, and he's just doing unbelievable. Does he know it's test, Stevie? Does he know this is test cricket and not T20? Lol, yeah. I love it, but that's why they brought him in, because they knew he could do this. They knew he would not be intimidated by anyone in the world of cricket, and he could come in and play an attacking game and put it straight back up the opposition. That's what he's done. Hands on hips to the Indians in the slip cordon right now. Real body language, lads. Body language, eh? Not too hard, not too easy out here, is it, lads? Not too easy out here, is it, lads? Indians, eh? Not too easy out here, is it, lads? Eh? Not too easy at the moment. 12 overs, none. 11 overs gone, none for 62. Just echoing some of Rishabh Pant's rubbish from behind the stumps in recent years. Not too easy now, Paddy. Not too easy now, is it, Rishabh? Not too easy, is it, Mohammed? Not too easy, is it now, Jasprit? None for 62, Australia. Absolutely on top here. 12th over, great stuff to see. India's body language, very negative at the moment. Hands on hips in the slips, and Akashdeep now warming up. Looks like Sam Constance is actually going to bat the world's best fast bowler out of the attack, which is unheard of. And really quiet now, the Indian team from behind the slips and their body language. Well, they've got a lot to catch up on here. India in deep trouble early on. India really in deep trouble, and Virat Kohli in deep trouble, way out of line with his behaviour and his body language and his physical assault on Sam Constance. We will hear a lot more of this over the next few days and today. And Constance now facing Siraj, punches through the gully region, and that one goes down to third man, and Constance, quick as a rabbit between wickets, gets back for 2, runs the first one hard, and comes back, calls the second run, gets back easily. The young man can run between the wickets like a whippet, back for 2 runs. Not the greatest fielding from KL Rahul. That's why they came back for the second. He actually landed and done a somersault on the ground before he got up and threw the ball back in. So Constance moves to 47 now. Short one. Constance tried to play it, hook it down, pass it down there to fine leg, but through to Pant. Last ball, the 12th over coming up now. And just checking the comments, guys. Thanks for all the comments. Yes, looked like Virat walked into him. Sure did, Steve. I don't think there's any doubt at all. Virat veered over out of his way to hopefully confront Constance. And Constance, well, he just walked his line and wasn't even looking at him, I don't believe. I believe he's taking his gloves off. Yeah, the ICC, they're going to be giving Virat a big fine for that one. And the last ball over, another quick bouncer coming through. And Constance again on the front foot, looking to attack and hook the ball down. Misses that one. That's the end of the over. And attacking Australia, attacking Sam Constance. None for 65. 100% of his match fee, Steve. Well, 100% of his match fee, I believe, and he's got to be suspended for the SCG. I can't imagine how you can go out there in cricket, physically assault another person and get away with playing in the next game. Now, I do realise that the BCCI and Indian cricket really rule the ICC and the world of cricket, but there cannot be no diplomacy here on behalf of Australia. Absolute, just showing the replays here again. Yep, Constance was in the middle of looking down and taking his gloves off, and Virat Kohli literally comes in, shoulder charges Constance, and is then chirping at Constance like it's Constance's fault. Now, anyone around the world can see what's going on here. Constance is looking ahead, not even trying. He's trying to take his gloves off. Virat, he's at second slip, so he's veered at least 3 meters from his left to his right, and then he's talking and pointing at Constance like it's Constance's fault. This is disgusting behaviour from Virat Kohli. And into the attack now, Akashdeep is coming in to replace Bumrah. First time probably in Bumrah's history that he's ever been taken off, and he's been battered out of attack by a 19-year-old. Great to see from Constance. Akashdeep now in first ball, on middle and off, and Usman Khawaja just works his way through on there, and they get through for 2 more. So Australia, none for 67 at the moment, motoring along at Bazball type like numbers, well over, just over 5 runs and over at the moment into the 13th over. Constance, 47 runs from 47 balls. And here comes Akashdeep, and, well, looks like Usman's got a bit of Sam's scoring the runs bug. He's just trying to pull a full one there, and he's got the inside edge down to fine leg there for a single. So Khawaja moves on to 20, and Australia move to none for 68. So Sam Constance, 47 from 47, 1 stroke away, you would think, from bringing up his debut 50, debut half century for the young man. Hasn't faced Akashdeep, I don't believe, unless he faced him in the Australian A game a few weeks ago up there down there at Canberra, I believe it was. Here he goes. Deep, full, driven, stopped on the way back from deep. So well fielded there from Akashdeep off his own bowling. So dot ball here from Sam Constas bowled from Akashdeep. So Australia none for 68. Very quiet behind the stumps there at the moment, the Indian slips cordon. And we've got a day or two or three or four of controversy ahead of us here in the fourth test. Deep in behind it, 2 dot balls in a row there, another dot from Constas, just tempering himself at the moment. Doesn't want to lose his head. He's off to a great start here, and there really is 100 on the offering here for the great young Sam Constas, the young great hope of Australian cricket. And really at the moment, he's living up to all the hype at the moment he's living up to. Here he is. Can he get his 100? Akashdeep in for his 4th delivery of his first over. Australia none for 68. Deep comes up. Constas forward, just pushing it back to the bowler. 3 dot balls in a row, well bowled from Akashdeep. 135.4 Ks there. So just warming into his first few deliveries here in his first over. Akashdeep, he can get a little bit quicker than that. He was bowling quite nippily, quite quickly in the 140s in the last test, I believe, at some stages. A little bit of a quicker pitch, probably up there at Brisbane for the last test, the 3rd test there. Here comes the last ball from deep, and just worked off his pad to the onside there for a single for Constas. That's the end of the over. Constas moves to 48 and Australia none for 69. So 13 overs done and dusted, and Australia none for 69. Let's look at the over rate at the moment. 30 overs to be bowled in the first 2 hours play in the first session as per ICC regulation. We're now 13th over bowled right now, and we're just gone into an hour's play. So we're just off the pace probably on the pace for around 27 overs in the session, which will be just off. So they may get fined again, India, if they don't keep up to the prescribed run overs bowled per session. They're on target for approximately 27 at the moment. If they bring in a spinner or 2 to bowl a quick couple overs, they can get that 30 overs or pretty close, probably 29 overs bowled in the session. And here's the next over from Siraj, inside edge. Constas inside edge, and he's come back for 2. He's come for an inside edge, and a roar from the MCG crowd. Sam Constas on debut. The young fella born in Hersal, Sydney, Australia, St George Junior, current Sutherland Shire rep, New South Wales lad, and I don't know if he'll play for Sutherland again. Australia on debut, 50 runs on debut of 52 deliveries. And the crowd right behind Constas here. Australia moved to none for 71. He grabs the lapel of his Australian shirt and gives the Australian badge a bit of a call out to the crowd. And well done, Sam Constas. 50 runs on debut, well done. And Siraj, bouncer, Constas pulls him away. Deep out to deep lead wicket. They're just looking deep mid wicket. They're looking to see if it's gone for 4. I think it's gone for 6. Attacking shot on the front foot here. Constas just absolutely tearing up the Indian bowlers at the moment. On the front foot, pulling off the front foot. And that's gone for 6 more, I believe. 6 more for Constas. That moves him along to 56. Just looking at the replay here for the umpires to call on that one. The camera shot on that one, just one of the dugouts at the end of the crowd, at the end of the field there, just stopping the view of the camera there. They're going looking at the long shot. They might have to just zoom in on the long shot here. I'm pretty sure that's gone for 6. Can't tell from that long shot there. Still looking at whether that's a 4 or 6, but regardless, Sam Constas absolutely unbelievable here. Tearing up the Indian bowlers, and here's the zoom in on the last shot here, this attacking, no, it's gone for 4. So it's just, from my eyes, that's bounced 6 to 8 inches in, and that's only gone for 4. So nevertheless, attacking shot there from Constas, 4 more, moves him along to 54, and Australia move along to none for 75 in the 14th over. Well, this is great stuff. Here comes Siraj. Has another hit over mid-wicket there, and that was just him on the inside of the thigh pad there. Just caught one on the middle leg there, as it were. The Jats crackers, the middle stump, as it were, as the 12th man Billy Birmingham would say. Well, that's got him on the middle stump. Stumped him there. Went for a big heave again over leg side, and it's got him right where you don't want to be copping one. So let's just take a little bit of a breather here. Sam Constas might need some water. A little bit of a breather, a few deep breaths on that one. Am I slowing down for a ball or two? That might be the best. It might be the only way India can actually get him out. Physically, they've already tried to physically attack him through Virat Kohli. Now they're trying to physically attack him with a ball. That may be the only way they'll get him out of India. Smart play from India. Very smart bowling from Siraj. Let's try to get him a few more times where he may not be having children in the future. Let's say that. Young fella, not good to say that for a young man. So fastest 50s on debut for Australia. Adam Gilchrist, 46 balls. Ashton Agar, 50 balls. Sam Constas, 52 balls. So third fastest test debut, 50-run debut for Australia in the history of test match as well. He's writing his name into the record books in his very first test and in his very first innings. So just a little bit of break in play here as Sam Constas taking one to that soft area there from Mr. Mohammad Siraj. Now, India changing the field here. So, Rohit Sharma, just as young Sam Constas putting his gloves back on, readying himself for the next delivery. Sharma has now put a deep square leg, a sort of mid-wicket, just past the mid-wicket, where the usual one-day white inner circle would be, and a deep square leg, deep fine leg as well. So they're probably going to look at peppering him with some shorter stuff. He just pushes that one through to the deep mid-wicket there. No pressure on him to get off the mark there at all. Probably, not some great captaincy there from Rohit Sharma. They put 2 fielders out to bowl the short one, and then the bowler doesn't bowl the short one, and they give him an easy ball and let him off strike. So no pressure at all from India. Poor play from Indian bowler. Poor play from Indian captain. Poor tactics. Australia, none for 76. Poor tactics, letting the young fella off pressure after he's just been hit, and he's under a bit of pressure. Usman on strike now. Just defends that one to the offside. Again, no pressure, and they squeeze through for an easy, quick single. So no pressure again from the Indian captain, and that is 13.5 overs gone. Australia, none for 77. Rohit Sharma needs to start putting some pressure on these Australian batsmen with some fielding positions, because at the moment it is not happening. So last ball of the over coming up here. And it's Sam Constas on strike again. 55 runs not out of 55. A run of ball here. One day 2020 style scoring rate here. Batting rate. Strike rate. And he's on strike for the last ball to Siraj now. Just 2 slips in and a leg slip now. Yep, and he's went for a short one. And Constas charging and looking to play a bit of a cow shot over mid-wicket, and that goes through to the keeper. And that is the end of the over. So, fiery start to the day's play here. I definitely had the feeling that Constas could come out and score some runs and attack India in this first session if we were to bat and win the toss. Those things have happened, but I could never imagine that he would come out and bat quite like this. I don't think I've ever seen a debutant bat with such confidence. I've been watching Test cricket now for right on 40 years. I believe the first series I ever watched was the 84-85 Australia-West Indies series here in Australia, and I've been watching nearly every Australian Test series, and definitely in Australia ever since. Going on to 40 odd years now. I can't remember a debut innings from an Australian batsman. Well, Brian Lara at the SCG in his debut. I don't know if it was his debut, but it was his debut series, and to make his debut 100. That was a debut 100. That wasn't his debut game though. It might have been his debut games in Australia. It was the SCG, so it would have been the fourth or the fifth test of that series. But I've never seen a debut innings making your absolute debut and a guy batting like this. Quite phenomenal, really, from a 19-year-old to be taking on the world's best fast bowler and doing this to him. So here's Akashdeep now into Usman, who's on 21 not out. Australia none for 77 in the 15th over. And here comes Deep again around the wicket, as most of the fast bowlers around the world have done over the last 4 or 5 years with Usman Khawaja. They believe that his weakness is around the wicket, nicking to off. So Akashdeep just coming around the wicket at the moment, persisting with this around the wicket line to Usman Khawaja. And Sam Constance, 55 not out of 56 deliveries. Quite unbelievable start to his Test career. And so Akashdeep lets that one, and well bowled, just coming back into Khawaja, letting that one go through to the keeper, Usman, and that is a dot ball. Akashdeep off to a decent start, and again, just showing the replay of the shoulder from Mr. Virat Kohli. Well. Didn't like it, Constance. It's the first time he has actually talked back. Well, why wouldn't you after being physically assaulted on the cricket field? You are going to talk back, and he did have a mouthful to say to Virat. Can't quite, obviously not being a mouth reader myself, can't quite work out what he said. Didn't look to be too many expletives there, but probably along the lines of, what are you doing? What was that for? And then, of course, Virat can't keep his mouth shut and talks and points and makes out like he's a victim to the umpire. Sure, today, at the end of play, the match referee will find you're not the victim, Virat Kohli. You are a bully, sir. And you should retire, sir, after that. You should actually retire. You're an absolute bully. And Australia are taking India apart right now. None for 78. And Deep, full-length delivery, looking for the Yorker to Constance, way down leg side there. Couldn't get a nibble on it down to a leg glance nibble down there to fine leg for anything. Just down to pant for a dot ball. So last ball of the 15th over coming up now. So halfway through the first session here, and yeah, we're at least 11 minutes behind here. So again, India pushing their luck with their bowling rate. They are at least 2 or 3 overs behind at this stage, time-wise. They need to get their spinners on. This is the last ball coming up from Deep. And again, Sam Constance charging. Really charging a la 2020. Charging and looking to play over cover, hit a boundary again, just missing that one through to Pant. So just looking at the replay here again, and Khawaja, a bit of the peacekeeper, and Khawaja coming up, putting his arm around Virat, and just saying, hey, it's okay, Virat, we're all good, don't worry, and having a bit of a laugh, having a smile, tapping Constance in the back there, saying, don't worry about him, he's a fiery one, don't worry. And as Kohli's walking back, he's more or less saying that Constance walked into his way, and Constance did that to him. It's exactly what Virat was explaining just after the ball to either Rohit or Rishabh. And sorry, Virat, we saw it. It's all on live TV, mate. We were all watching it. Millions of us around the world back home in India have watched that. And you are guilty, Virat. You, my friend, are guilty. And the match referee, I hope the match referee throws, I think I'm not sure if it's Raj Madagali today or who the match referee is, but Sir Virat Kohli, you are guilty, sir, and I hope that the match referee takes your whole match fee away, fines you, and you are suspended for the SCG test match because you do not deserve to be on the cricket field after that violent act. Disgusting behaviour from Virat Kohli. So now the Indians and the captain Rohit Sharma, just making a change now, taking Siraj out and bringing the left arm off-spinning all-rounder, one of the best all-rounders in the history of world cricket and probably one of India's greatest spinning all-rounders, if not the best. Jadeja now coming in to the attack for India in what will be the 16th over of the day's play, and Australia at none for 78, and Jadeja to Khawaja. Just defends at the crease there, well defended from Usman Khawaja. Looks like Jadeja will be, this pitch should suit Jadeja and should be right up his alleyway for just that medium to slow paced spin, and just with a little bit of variation, he pitches that second one up and Uzi punches that through the square leg region there, off middle and leg, and that's gone for 4. So great shot from Usman Khawaja, just starting to open up there. Punches that through, a bit short from Jadeja, that one, and he's pulled that away along the ground through square leg region, and that is 4 runs for Khawaja. And that takes Australia along to none for 82. So Australia humming along here. Jadeja, another dot ball. Just speeding up the over rate here. That's exactly what I've been talking about for the last few overs. Sharma need to get the spinners in to speed up this over rate, as it has been a slow start. Jadeja into the 5th ball, a little bit shorter. Just punched away through to cover point there and just taken a single for Usman Khawaja. So Australia moving along to 83 for no wicket for 83. And the last ball, the 16th over now coming up for Australia. Sam Constas on strike, and Jadeja's last ball of the over. Let's see what he can do here. And just pitched up and just played too short cover there, and there's no run. That is the last ball of the over. And that is Australia, after 16 overs, moved along at a very, very fast rate at none for 83. So unbelievable start here for the Australians. Australia none for 83 after 16 overs. Constas 55 not out. Khawaja 27 not out. Absolutely fantastic start here, and they're just having another drinks break, so there'll be a little drinks break here as well at the World of Cricket channel. We'll be back with you in just a few moments. I'm just going to have a technical break for a few moments, guys. Just zoom in on the greatest player of all time, the GOAT, just for the Indian fans out there. So you can see who the GOAT is, all my Indian fans, all the favourite Indian fans who believe that Tendulkar and anyone else but Don Bradman's the GOAT, that's the GOAT. And we'll be right back in just a few moments after we have this little commercial break at the World of Cricket channel. We'll be right back. Yeah, so welcome back to the World of Cricket channel. Welcome back to the World of Cricket channel. Here live from the MCG. And Australia up to 17 overs, none for 83. Constas on strike to Jadeja. He's put that one up and he's called, he's went for LBW here. He's pitched that one up on middle leg. He's missed it. DRS is up 13. They're having a chat now. So Sharma, Pant, I think Pant's saying it's gone down leg side and they've left it. And just listening to the ABC broadcast as well. Again, shout out to the ABC radio broadcast here down under. Listening to Sunil Gavaskar at the moment, and he believes that ball. Looking at the replay, yes, that was probably pitching just in line with the leg stump, but just kept shaping down leg side there. It was probably missing leg. And Constas off the back foot there, punches that one down to short. Also long on there for a single. And yeah, that was just have a look at the replay there, that shout from Jadeja. Pitching on middle the leg, and oh gee, it's close. Umpire's call just looking like it was just about hitting the stumps there, so they could have went for a DRS on that one. Back foot punch from Khawaja there. Off the back foot there to Jadeja, just the one run there. So Australia moving along now to none for 85. So again, thanks to everyone for joining the World of Cricket channel today for the live stream here, live from day one at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Anyone who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe to my channel, like, comment. I will comment back. Any questions, guys, please go ahead. Let's have a look if there's any questions at the moment. Steve, luckily he wasn't playing at Allen Park. He would have been chin-chopped. Yeah, bit of a short mid-wicket boundary, as I remember, Stevie, on that one. Hit a few sixes and fours out on that short mid-wicket boundary there. Yeah, very short boundary mid-wicket. I think that was only about 35, 40 metres at the most at Allen Park there in Greenacre, Sydney's Bankstown area. We used to the home ground of the mighty past Greenacre bowling club, cricket club, Greenacre Bowling Cricket Club. The home ground there, Allen Park, Greenacre. So last ball of the 18th over here for Australia. Jadeja coming through to Uzi. Pitches the one outside off stumping, just lets that one go through, and that's the end of the over. And so Australia move along to none for 86 after 18 overs. So they need to pick up the run rate, the over rate here a little bit. India just still a bit behind. That's why they brought in Jadeja to speed that up a little bit, I believe, from the other end. And he's started off quite well, Jadeja as well. Akash Deep about to come in again. He's none for 5 off 3 overs at the moment. Let's have a look at the scorecard for Australia. One extra. Sam Constas 57 off 62 balls. Khawaja 28 from 46 balls. So very good opening partnership from Australia here. First time that these two guys have batted together, and they're off to a good start. And Deep comes in. Constas comes at him, drives it through the onside, through the cover region again, attacking the Indian bowling. And big chase out there for a KO rollout, and they're back for 3. So Constas moves to 60 on debut. Australia at none for 89. What a start for Australia. And India have got a lot to do to catch up in this test so far. Australia right on top at the moment. None for 89 in the 19th over. So the weather hasn't changed here at Melbourne. Still warm, but still overcast. Akash Deep now around the wicket to Khawaja. Just plays it down to mid on there. No run. So Khawaja, his highest score in this series so far, 28 runs, I believe. So very positive for the Australian cricket team and for Usman Khawaja's test career. Quite a bit of criticism of late about Uzi not getting enough runs, especially in this series so far. But he's encroaching on 30 at the moment. Akash deep. Around the wicket, drives. Just back to the bowler, no run. So hitting 137.7 Akash deep now. Just work on his pace, getting it up around 138. So it's getting it a bit quicker. Bumrah's had quite the break at the moment, so we can probably expect, I'm not sure if we'd expect Bumrah to come back in for maybe 1 or 2 overs before the lunch break, and maybe swing him around at the other end just to see if he can get something a little bit more out of the pitch from the other end. Even though he didn't bowl too badly in the first session, Constance just took him apart. And deep bowls, edge. Oof, didn't carry. Virat Kohli dives away to the left, big roar from the MCG crowd. Nice delivery coming back in, Akash deep, but straight on the ground, about 2 metres in front. Well fielded by Virat Kohli, no catch chance there. The ball kept very low off the bat and continued on that trajectory, and was at least 2 metres short of Virat Kohli there in its slip. So it looks like, just the replay, looks like Virat Kohli's blowing a kiss now to Sam Constance at the other end, possibly looking in his direction. Very childish from Virat Kohli after his behaviour already. Absolutely childish behaviour from a veteran of world cricket. Just not 100% sure there, but on the end of the replay, that ball that's just fallen short from deep, bowling to Khawaja 2 deliveries ago. Looks like Kohli's got up and looked straight in the direction of the non-striker's end, who was Sam Constance, and was blown a kiss. Pressure getting to India at the moment, pressure getting to Virat Kohli by the looks of it. And that is the end of the over. That one just going through to the keeper, and that's the end of the 19th over. Australia at the moment, no wicket for 89 runs. So Sam Constance, the youngest opener that Australia has ever had in Test cricket history. 4th youngest Test debutant for Australia, and the youngest ever opening batsman for Australia in Test history. So, and he's on 60 not out at the moment, and really pushing the Australians along to a strong start here in the 4th Test. And Constance off the back foot, driving to Kohli at cover, off Jadeja, no run. And welcome to all the viewers. Thank you for joining. If you're in Australia or you're in India, thank you for joining. And Jadeja's got one to go through, and they're up, and the umpires put their hand up there. And I believe that one's gone straight through. DRS has got 13. I think Constance having a quick chat to Khawaja. I think he's going to walk. And he will walk. Yeah, that one was going straight through. That's middle and leg peg. And Constance walks, and he's out. So Sam Constance on debut, out for LBW, 60 of 69 balls on debut. And a big round of applause from this Melbourne crowd as the young debutant walks off the ground. Very entertaining first innings from this young man, 19 years of age, 60 runs, 66 deliveries or 68. Sorry, I can't quite see that. I'll confirm that. 65 deliveries, 6 fours and 2 sixes. And that is an amazing debut for the young Australian. Standing ovation for a young man who scored 60 runs and really taken it to the Indian attack here today. But well bowled by Jadeja, as I thought he would be very difficult on this pitch. Just the type of pitch that Jadeja actually likes. A little bit sticky for the off-spin bowlers. Not a lot of turn. He never gets a great deal of turn anyway, Jadeja. It's just his slight variations on where he bowls on the pitch and just where he's landing the ball. And that one's hitting middle and off, going down leg, and it's looking like it's taking out leg stump by the replay from the DRS there, the replay from Foxtel. So first wicket down for Australia, and India. Jadeja very happy with that one. And Constance knew not to waste a waste the DRS on that one. He's easily out there, straight out. So now Marnus Labuschagne, 30 years of age, 54 test matches, averaging 47.68, 11 centuries, comes to the crease. Played a lot better in his last test match, even though he's been under a lot of pressure as well. And he's pushed that first ball to Washington Sundar at cover there. Dot ball, Australia 1 for 89. It's India. Here comes Jadeja again. Just bowls it nicely. Well bowled. And, well, he's just thrown that back in. He was no hesitation of a run there. It's straight to the fielder. Whipped it back into Rishabh Pant, and Labuschagne having to jump out of the way and really doesn't quite know why that throw was put back in. A bit of a boo from the MCG crowd again, and Labuschagne just gets one away off the edge, down past the slip, and he's off the mark there. And Australia moved to 1 for 90, so no pressure there from the Indians, letting Labuschagne easily get off strike. Bit of an edge, not a very, bit of a false defensive backward stroke there. Good edge. Was never going to catch to a second slip, but there's no fielder in there, and Rahul scoops around, and it's 1 for 90. Last ball over now to Uzi. Uzi drives to point, and there's a loose throw. They've got someone to back up there, yes. Washington Sundar backing up there, no run, and that is the end of the 20th over. Australia move to 1 for 90. Well, what a day's play, what a start to the day's play here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. The grand old stadium of Australian sport and Australian cricket. Looking splendid today here, the MCG and the Australian and Indian test teams really giving it a great start here early on. Sam Constas just out in the last over on debut for 60. Fantastic innings from the young gun of Australian cricket, and I believe he's cemented his spot, at least for the SCG test, and more than likely for the Sri Lankan tour, 2-test tour coming up in the new year of 2025. So now we have Akashdeep continuing over the wicket now to Marnus Labuschagne. Well, as I believe Marnus has explained on a few times in Australian media, his pronunciation is actually the South African pronunciation of Labuschagne. So Marnus Labuschagne on strike here, as my fellow ABC contemporary commentators, Harsha Bogle at the moment. Shout out again to ABC Radio, and shout out to the wonderful Harsha Bogle, who's on live Australian radio right now, persisting with pronouncing Marnus's surname as Labuschagne. Labuschagne off the mark, 1 for 4. Australia moved to 1 for 91. Khawaja on 28, highest score of series to date for the people's champion, as he likes to be known here in Australia, Usman. And here comes Akashdeep around the wicket again, and Uzi just playing inside that one. Beats the outside edge, moves away off the pitch there to Rishabh Pant. India's tail up a bit now. They realise that they've got a new batsman in, and another wicket now would have Australia on the back foot somewhat for the moment, moving in to what will be the lunch period soon in approximately 25 minutes time, I believe, 23 minutes time. Again, India just a little bit off the pace with the over rate into the 21st over right now. So with approximately right on 20 minutes left to lunch. I think they got underway 32 past, so should be 19 more minutes to play. We'd probably get in 2 more quick overs, 3 more pace, 2 more quick overs and 3 more spinning overs from Jadeja. That would probably get us to, 26 overs. I predicted 27, maybe 27. I think we're going to be at the 26 over mark at lunch. So India will need to speed that up in the second session with bringing in Washington Sundar and another spin option to back up Jadeja. So that one just pushed down to fine leg there from Khawaja, and that takes him along now to 29. Australia currently 1 for 92. So conditions weather-wise still haven't changed here at the MCG. Still complete cloud coverage, white cloud coverage, overcast. I've done a great deal off the pitch or in the air. There is a little bit of movement off the pitch, a little bit of movement in the air, but I don't see there being a lot in it for the quick bowlers at the moment. India more than likely have got the best of the fast bowling conditions early on this pitch in this first session, I believe. If the sun comes out, obviously the sun's not out at the moment, but the pitch will dry out and continue to dry out further. And as the pitch continues to dry out, it will be more even in bounce and probably will become easy to bat on later on the first day and going into the second and third, fourth day. The only chances is it will break up, I would say, with a lot of footmarks from the fast bowlers going into that late fourth day and into the fifth day if we still are alive in the test going into the fifth day, and definitely will cause some problems for India batting possibly late on the fifth day, trying to either chase runs or save the test match going up against Australian GOAT off spinner Nathan Gary Lyon. So it should be an interesting test match. And there's Siraj, the end of the over there, just walking past Labuschagne, having a little words, still having a chat. The Indians don't mind a little bit of a talk and a little bit of chirp. The Indians at the moment playing very bully-like cricket. The Indians trying to bully the Australians with physical exertion, a lot of chirp, and well, they really should start thinking about trying to bowl the Australians out and not talk them out. Would be my suggestion to Rohit Sharma and the boys as they go back in to the dressing room for their lunch break. If I was Rohit Sharma and Gautam Gambhir, the coach, caretaker of the squad, I would be telling the guys probably just to calm down a bit and to concentrate on putting their energies into taking wickets. Less chirp. And that one's just forward defence from Usman Khawaja there. Played out to short mid off there. It's 1 for 94. Australia 1 for 94. Jadeja in again to Khawaja. Just paddles that one around the wicket there. Down to fine leg again. Just the one that time down to KL Rahul. Getting the ball back into Rishabh Pant. So that takes Australia along now to 1 for 95. Good run rate for the Australians. The Australians at the moment, 22nd over, very good run rate indeed for Test cricket, pushing it along. And just what this Test match needed, with rain forecast on day 2 and 3 in Melbourne. At least rain from forecasted, which obviously is not set in stone, but rain is forecasted in Melbourne from approximately 12 midday to 5 o'clock, both tomorrow and the day after, day 2 and day 3 of the test. So Australia, if they want a result here, they really, really will need to push along with the quick scoring rate, which they are at the moment. Labuschagne comes out and he's late cuts that one away for 4 down to third man. No third man fielder there. KL Rahul taken away from the third man position at that time, and very well played by Labuschagne. He really looks confident early on here. Moves himself to 5 off 8. And Labuschagne again a late cut, and same result. Boundary down the third man. Well, Labuschagne's come out and is looking very, very confident early on. With all the negative talk about his position in the side over the recent weeks, and he hasn't played very well up until last test match. He got 60 odd. He's come out and he's hit 2 boundaries in a row there, and he moves along to 9. So Australia now have passed the 100 mark early on day 1 in the test. So Australia off to a fantastic start here. 1 for 103. And the Australian run rate is motoring along here at 1 day 50 over type levels. And just showing the highlights of the great debut innings by young Sam Constas, 19 years of age, on debut, 60 out, and just down there taking some selfies with the crowd right now, down there along Bay 13. Australia 1 for 103, going into the 23rd over, and now just heading back into the last, what looks like the last 15 odd minutes before lunch now. 13 or 14 or 15 minutes before the lunch break now. Bumrah has been brought back into the attack to try and take on the Australians and maybe get a wicket or two before the break. He will probably get 2 overs under his belt by the looks of it at this stage. And he's still bowling from the same end as he was to open the first over in proceedings up this morning. So Australia 1 for 103. Bumrah around the wicket to Khawaja. Ooh, now that one's bounced up, and very awkward defence from Uzi, rearing up off a good length there. And that one's taken Usman up on the bat handle, and he takes his left hand off the bat there to just deaden that one on straight onto the ground. Well played in the end. Just took off a bit. So it's the first time we've really seen the pitch actually act a little bit unusual. Good signs for the Indian fast bowlers if that's the case. More to do probably with the overhead conditions, I would say, overcast conditions. He's got that one to wrap the pads of Usman on the next delivery. Half a shout there, but pitching outside off and not going on to hit the stumps. Well outside off stump. The DRS is up now, counting down from 10. And it's teapots all round from Rohit Sharma, knowing that one's well outside off stump. Yeah, pitching well outside off stump, just cutting back. Might have went on to hit the stumps, but probably going over the top, not pitching in line, not hitting in line. So here comes Bumrah again for the 4th delivery of the over. 23rd over to Usman Khawaja. And that one's just, lets that one go through outside off stump. Dot ball for Usman Khawaja. So Australia 1 for 103 at the moment, heading into the lunch break. Thanks for all the likes today, guys, and thanks for the comments. Anyone who hasn't subscribed to the World of Cricket channel, please go and subscribe to the channel. Just head over to World of Cricket channel and hit the subscribe button and like anytime. And we have about 38, 39 videos today. This will be the 39th video for you to peruse and have a look and enjoy. To like and share and pass on to your friends. So thanks for all the support, guys. Really appreciate all the support from Australia and overseas. India, I believe, are my biggest. I've got the most visitors and the most audiences. India, and then Australia, and then England, and then the Caribbean. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the commentary so far. Heading into the lunch break, where we'll end the live stream for today, and we'll jump back into day 2 tomorrow for a live stream at some stage, more than likely first session on day 2. So I hope you all can join me then tomorrow for more live commentary from the Melbourne Cricket Grounds. Australia versus India, Border Gavaskar Trophy, 4th Test, series tied at 1-1. Exciting stuff. Hope you guys can all, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, can all join me again tomorrow for a live stream. Should be 10 a.m. or 10:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Australian time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. So, Australia again. Showing some replays of the national anthem and proud Sam Constas singing the national anthem with a lot of verve and a lot of passion. The young Aussie, very proud to be an Australian and score. Very proud to be an Australian today. I am, and to have young St George Junior, where I played my junior cricket and grew up at Hersal. He's born at Hersal. I believe Sam Constance actually played his junior cricket for Ramsgate RSL, who was one of the opponents that we used to play against in my junior years there for Uncle Scott's Cricket Club. So very proud day for me, very proud day for all Hurstville, St George people, Shire people, Australians in general. And the new over now coming in, and it is Akashdeep has switched around with Bumrah coming back in, and that is Labuschagne whipping that one through mid-wicket there for 2, looking to be very positive on the front foot there. Whips that one through for 2 runs, so Labuschagne off to a very positive start here. 11 runs off 10 balls, so taking off from where young Sam Constance, taking over from where young Sam Constance left off, and he's batting about half a foot outside of the crease as well. Pushes the single down to mid-on, pushing for the single. Siraj charges the ball. And got through for a quick single there with the fumble by Siraj there. They may have been in some trouble. They pushed that quick one. Khawaja going to do the strikers then. May have been a bit of trouble as he was the slower of the 2 off the mark. But the fumble, very park-like cricket from Mohammad Siraj, going down with the one hand and the fumble and mid-on. Seen better fielding from under 14s cricketers. Well done, Mohammad Siraj. Get your field, work on some fielding there, mate. When you get back to the nets tomorrow, or after play this afternoon, or after play at the end of the test, might need to work on a bit of that infielding, mate. Mr. Siraj. So very sloppy effort there from Mohammad Siraj, Australia, powering along here to 1 for 106 in the 24th over. Akashdeep coming in now to Khawaja. Full one, looking for the Yorker, and just patted straight back down to Siraj. Siraj does a better job that time. Still, technique going down on the one hand, right hand, fraught with danger. Fielding like that, if you don't come down with 2 hands, to place your hands on the ball when initially trying to gather up the ball off the ground to get it back to your keeper. So Siraj is playing with fire there. And it's the 5th ball of the 24th over here, and Khawaja on strike 32 not out. Akashdeep coming in now. And the ball darts back in and gets a difficult ball there. Lovely ball actually from Akashdeep. Just wrapping Khawaja high up on the pads there. And just going up high over middle and leg. Well bowled from Akashdeep. Nice shake back in there. Bit of a, looking for the straight seam, but just cutting away and scrambling after hitting pitch and just getting a bit of an inside edge there from Uzi, which softened the blow back into that high thigh spot there. And last ball of the over. Full ball, and that time he's found the gap. Siraj dives at the ball, he's gone through, and that one's going down towards the boundary. Siraj dives away, and they will come back for come back for 3 there. So that's the end of the over. So lovely on drive from Usman Khawaja there that takes him along to 35. And let's just have a look. Is there a overstep of the boundary? Overstep there from. Just looking at the previous over from Bumrah, and just a graphic of his overall bowling and his action and his degree of his arm bending at his action there. A bit of conjecture in the Australian press around Bumrah's action, but I don't think there's anything in it. So Australia moving along nicely here before lunch. 1 for 109 after 24 overs. And I think we've got time for, by my calculations, we've got time for 1 or 2 more overs left. Bumrah will be steaming in here from 25th over. And here he comes to Khawaja around the wicket. Oh, gets the edge down through gully. That's running away. I don't think that'll hit the boundary, but it's back for 2. And Sundar grabs that one. I think they've just grabbed Yeah, just back for the second there, Khawaja. So Khawaja moves along to 37 not out now, and doing a good job. Thick edge there from Bumrah, but no fielders in that gully, sort of fifth or slip gully region. And 2 more runs to the total, which takes Australia along now to 1 for 111. So Australia powering along here, 1 for 111 in the first session. On target for 3:30, 3:40 day at this rate. In comes Bumrah again. Middle and off, just seeping back into the leg stump there, and well played by Usman Khawaja. Looking more confident by the minute, by the over, Khawaja with his defence. Defence looking good and still looking to play some strokes as well, not shutting up shop. So Bumrah again. This could be his last over before lunch. Australia 1 for 111. Thanks again for the likes, guys, and thanks for tuning in to the live stream again today. Here comes Bumrah round the wicket to Khawaja. And that's rising up to Pants head. Good bounce there through at off stump and well left by Usman Khawaja. So Labuschagne, 12 not out. Khawaja, 37 not out. Australia, 1 for 111. So 3 balls left here in this over for Jasprit Bumrah, who's currently none for 40 in his 8th over. Unbelievable figures for this bowler. One of the greats. Here he comes again. Ooh, squares Usman up and gets a bit of a leading edge there to Washington Sundar at gully there, backward point, a wide gully, nice delivery. A little bit more on that one from Bumrah. Just really bent the back in on that one there. So only a few deliveries left here before lunch. I think we're looking at lunch. It's 12:31. Local time here. They clicked over at 10:31, 10:32. I'm not sure if they're going to get possibly one more over in. And that one's down to fine leg, just drifting down leg there. Bumrah and Usman just eases that one down to fine leg for another single. Australia move along to 1 for 112 here in the 25th over. Khawaja 38 not out and Marnus 12 not out from 11 deliveries at this stage. So Australia in a commanding position here going into the lunch break here at the 4th test at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. So the final ball of this 25th over coming up for Bumrah to Labuschagne. Over the wicket, 3 slips. It's down the leg side, bit of an appeal from behind, but that's nothing there. That's a dot ball. No run down the wicket and down the leg side there. And that is lunch. So that's lunch. So 25 overs they've got in. Indians way off the pace with the bowling over rate there. So they will need to speed that up for the 2nd and 3rd sessions. But great start for Australia. Just a few comments there. Steve Taboni. Great start, indeed, a great start for Australia in his test, mate. 1 for 112. Couldn't have been a more positive start, really. 1 for 112 off 25 overs. Khawaja, 38 not out. Labuschagne, 12 not out. And a great start to young debutant Sam Constas' test career, out for 60 LBW to Jadeja earlier in the day. Put on a fantastic, entertaining innings. Didn't play every single stroke off the middle of the bat. Played some ridiculous ramp shots. Came down the pitch to Bumrah, attacked him. Came down the pitch to all the bowlers and attacked them. And really caught the imagination of the Australian and the cricketing public at large. Great start for Sam Constas. And I believe he's now nailed down that position going into, obviously, the final Sydney Cricket Ground test match, 5th test match coming up in the new year, and then moving on, looking forward into Australia's test future with the 2 test series coming up in Sri Lanka and then the West Indies not long after that. Great future coming for young Sam Constas, I believe he's now nailed down that opening position, and it will be hard for someone to take that spot off him after that start. So Australia, let's have a look at the scorecard there. Bumrah, none for 41. Siraj, none for 34. Deep, none for 16. And 1 for 21 for Jadeja going into the lunch break. Big crowd of around 67 to 70,000 here at the MCG at the moment. That is day one. Session one done and dusted. Australia have the upper hand at the moment going into the lunch break, and India really need to come up with some plans to thwart this fast scoring rate from Australia. And Khawaja looking good, Labashkakani looking good and positive early on in his innings. Some negative captaincy, not some great captaincy in field positioning from Mr. Rohit Sharma. So definitely time for Rohit to think outside the box and work on some different captaincy techniques going into the second session, if India are to make their way back in to this match. Just looking at the last comments here, and that calls, Steve Taboni, that calls for a cold beer. Indeed, Steve. It's lunchtime here in Miranda in Sydney South in the lovely Sutherland Shire. Thanks for supporting the live stream today, Steve, and thanks for supporting the live stream, all my subscribers, and anyone who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe to the channel, World of Cricket channel. Subscribe, like, pass it on to your friends. Plenty of cricket commentary, live commentary and live content, and plenty of cricket content on the World of Cricket channel. So please go ahead there and support the channel. Thank you to all my subscribers and live watchers and audience today. Thanks so much for joining me. That will be the end of the live stream today for the World of Cricket channel. Australia in a commanding position at lunch, and we will see you tomorrow for more cricket in the fourth test at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. We'll see you for some more absorbing play. Day two, session one, we'll see you tomorrow approximately 10 a.m, 10:15 a.m, Eastern Standard Australian time tomorrow. Thanks so much for joining us, and we'll catch you again tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye for now.